MacVoices at NAB Show 2025. MacVoices is in Las Vegas for NAB Show. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we're in the Cyme booth talking to Thomas about Peekto, a piece of software that will help you organize and use your video and your photos and a whole lot more. Thomas, it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
So tell us about Peekto.
Okay, I think the best is to show you what is Peekto exactly. Peekto is a MAM where you can aggregate different kind of sources. So just the best is to show you how many sources you can integrate. Here is all the sources that has been ingested first. As you can see, there's a lot of things. Folders, premieres, so folders of videos on images, but also catalogs files, project files. Here is Adobe Premiere project, Final Cut, Aperture, Luminar, Capture One, whatever. In fact, there's a lot of bunch of different kind of projects you can add.
Now, if I can interrupt for a second, if I'm in the Final Cut libraries, it's actually looking in the Final Cut library?
Exactly. When you ingest in Final Cut library, we'll look inside the project, we'll analyze all the media. We will analyze also the project itself, means we'll analyze the metadata that comes with the media. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
And then, once it has been ingested, you can do some search, in fact. That means that when I click here, there is a free text search, for example, that is a content when I click on it. If I enter the keyword, such like mushroom, okay? As you can see, mushrooms appears. A lot of media that contains some mushrooms appears. It means that here there are some photos and videos. So I will just make the filters more accurate and say, okay, I want not only the videos. And so inside these videos now, there is a back. Can we back it again? It's just this part. You can cut. Okay. So we'll do a start at content. Okay. So we will do. I will show you how you can make a search now. You can do a free text search. It means that, for example, I select content, and I will click on mushroom. Okay. So here there are some mushrooms. Now I will just make it more accurate and take some videos. And in these videos, as you can see, there is a dot here, a blue dot. This blue dot means here, it means that you found a mushroom inside all this video. So you don't have to look at yourself. You don't have to search by yourself where is the mushroom. The mushroom appears at this place, at this specific place in the videos. That is the first point. The second way to make some search is the free text search. So the free text search is the speech. So I will make a search inside my video using the voice, in fact. So I imagine that there is a video that mentions the word seatbelt. I just have to type seatbelt. And here, there is a lot of videos that appears. Double click on it. Audio transcript. And as you can see, this word seatbelt has been highlighted. So if you play it, I put the sound on. Okay. I play it.
Please
keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated.
So the word seatbelt has been found using the voice in this case. Okay. So there are a lot of different kinds of searches. You can also find by similarity. It means that you can right-click on an image and say, okay, I want to find all the image that looks like the same, and it will bring all them together. I can also use the metadata search. Means that if, for example, I want to search for Sony, I click on metadata, and here I will Peekto will go through all the metadata that comes with media, so videos and photos, to check, okay, this is what is the ISO, what is the caption, what is the camera maker. And now if I click on this, I can see that the Sony camera maker, this is all the media that comes with the Sony camera makers. Okay, so that was for the search. Now, there's another way to find some photos is using the timeline. you can decide to just select an area, it's an array of dates, so a range of dates, and you can move it like that. So that is very interesting here. For example, I can check here, okay, and say, now I want to look at this. And I can click on it, and I can select exactly this date, you see, from this date until this date, just using the timeline to see all that the photos that are here. In fact, the blue line is the density of photos that comes into the timeline. Okay, so now I will show you all the different kind of rendering also, because we have seen how we can search. Now the rendering. That is Panorama. So Panorama use automatic categorization of photos. It means that when we do the analysis, Peekto does the analysis, we create some categories. And these categories, we bring all these photos. So this is a grid, but displayed in another way, by categories. For example, here, that is all the categories. So wildlife, animals, you can decide to see all by colors, harmony, different things like that, you see? The map also. So using the map, you can find some photos that come in a specific region, and then after display them in the grid. The faces, if you click here, you can see all, so the photos has been analyzed, the facing is a face recognition that has been run. Mm-hmm. And you can see also the photos that comes with these faces, where the face belongs. And there are all these other photos here are clusters that has not been named. So if you provide a name to this cluster, then once you will ingest a new bunch of files, we will link this name to, it will find this specific name, this specific face, and assign the right name directly. So you don't have to do it after a while.
But so it does it for the new photos ingested.
Yes, exactly.
But it also does it for photos that have previously been ingested?
Yes, for sure, because that is on this part. You see, this has been already done, so this is here. For example, if there is someone that is named Caroline, if I ingest a new bunch of files with Caroline, that is from the current bunch of files is here. And if you ingest a new one, it will find Caroline and you will assign to Caroline directly. You don't have to do it once again. Okay?
Understood.
Then, that is for Peekto, inside Peekto, in fact. But there is a lot of other things, such like, for example, you can create some bins inside Peekto. So that is a new thing. That means that, imagine that you have a video like that. There is a new tab here, where there are subclips and markers. If you play it, you can say, use, I just decrease the sound.
Your safety is.
So in this case, can use, for example, it's like, I don't know if you know Kino, it's a former computer. It's the same keyboard, the same shortcuts, in fact. You just have to use input, output, on Y. In this case, you see, there is a clip that has been created. Input, output, on Y. Another one is U, also, to create a marker. This is very useful because at the end, you can just have to create a bin here. A bin. So to migrate bin, it's okay. Okay, just to read the name, I click on it. This bin is empty, and you just have to drop the file inside the bin. This one. And you can see the first image, last image of each sequences. You can also reorganize them. And you can export it directly as a bin for Final Cut, Premiere, DaVinci, or whatever. So when the user will ingest it, you just have to import the bin and the timeline will be ready. So it's easier to work like that. The other thing is the sharing. I just want to show you the sharing. Mm-hmm. The sharing is very important. When you have some collaborators, you want to work with collaborators or clients, and this is Peekto. Peekto run locally. Everything is local. It means that AI has been done locally. Everything is local. So when you want to share, we don't want to use an external cloud. We want to share directly from Peekto to the client, to to the collaborators. So there is a button here where you can. Okay. So you can here there is a button to start the server. So there is no Ethernet connection here. This is what Matthew mentioned. So it means that it will start a server, but just to explain how it works here.
So you're starting your very own server to share only those items
exactly
directly to the client.
Exactly.
Nothing in between.
Yes. Ça veut dire que je peux pas utiliser le remote? Si, je peux utiliser le remote quand même. Sorry, you can cut it. Je peux utiliser le remote? Non? Ça marche, ça?
Ça marche.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
You can cut it.
Yeah, I'll fix.
Okay. So, I will close it. Okay. So, once the server is started, there is two ways to share, local or public. Local means that you will share inside the office only with your collaborators inside the office. Public means that you can share to your customer outside of the office. Okay, so using a mobile phone, they will be able to connect using a mobile phone or tablets, a web browser. In fact, wherever there is a web browser, you can use it. So in this case, now here I will do it in local just to show you. If I open the web browser, it will bring me to a window in my Safari, for example, here, where I can retrieve all the content. This is the same view. It looks like Peekto, in fact, because all the content appears here, all the sources that are in Peekto you see behind, it's exactly the same. And I can select and annotate. So I can do a lot of things remotely. I don't have to be near Peekto, at my office here, for example. I can do it remotely. It's very easy. And can do the search. I search for cars, I find some cars. I can also apply filters. Search. I don't know if there are the tags, so there is no tags here, so no cars with this yellow tags. But if I remove that, is all the pictures with the yellow tags. So this means that you can use a kind of subset of Peekto. Right now, the subset of Peekto is not the whole Peekto, but we will improve this with the time. You can add a subset of Peekto directly, remotely. Just start your server, Peekto server. Just a Mac Mini is enough. You can use a Mac Mini for that. You plug your Mac Mini on the network of your home or office, and then you can you can use it like that. So that is interesting. But the problem of that, as you can see, everything has been shared here because I use the same account. This is a kind of administrator account. So if you want now to share to collaborators, you want to assign some specific user right. You want to grant access to specific access. You can, for example, I will show you. Imagine that you want here to share this album. I will create a new share. So as you can see, the album name appears here. You can add, inside the share link, you can add a lot of different kind of shares. In fact, it can be sources, it can be folders, it can be bins, it can be a lot of things like that. Then you add an email. So, okay, you add an email. And then you grant access to specific access right. For example, here, it can be view. It can be download, it can be comments, it can be edit, or it can be rearrange, create some folders and anything like that. So you can add several users for these share links, so all your collaborators or customers. And when they will, I will validate, they will get an email with a link. They will click on this link and they will be redirected directly to the same page as this one, where they will log in, they will create an account to log in, and they will see only the parts they own, not more, not less. And if they don't have access to the edition part, they will not be able to see the edition part. If they are not able to download, they won't download the files, the original files. Just be able to see it. Okay? So that is a remote. And the thing interesting with that is that we extend this with Adobe Premiere, and we have done a plugin for Adobe Premiere. That is very new. It has never been shown first. So in this case, as you can see, I'm inside Adobe Premiere here, and here is my it's Adobe Premiere window, and here it's Peekto. In fact, all this is Peekto. That means that you can select the right Peekto. This is Peekto MAM. You can select the kind of search you want to do. You can do the search, and you will be able to import the file directly into the bin of your Premiere project or into the timeline. And it can be done remotely also. So this is the goal, because it is connected to Peekto, and Peekto is in remote in this case. So you can work, if you have, for example, a small company that have 10 users working on Adobe Premiere, and you want to centralize all the data, such like videos on Premiere project and everything, they can search directly to the centralized place across all the projects directly from a Premiere.
I really have
Wow, a lot of questions. But it's so when you are ingesting,
Yeah.
are you making copies of my media,
No,
or
we don't copy, don't move the media. We let the media where they are. We just create a thumbnail and a small proxy file for each media in order to be able to read them, to make some search, and to display them if the volume are not online. You see, because sometimes you can cut the volume, you can disconnect a disk, an hard drive, and you want to be able to search on this hard drive. So you can do it. That's why we create these thumbnails on this proxy file.
So I disconnect my storage drive.
Yeah.
I get on a plane.
Yeah.
But I have Peekto loaded.
Yeah.
I can continue to do everything that I want to do while I'm on the plane.
Yes.
And then reconnect later, and then utilize the work I've done on the plane.
Yes, exactly. Because what we will disconnect in this case is the volume. Now, the second thing is you have your Peekto in your office, but you want to work in the plane or in the train or whatever, but you don't have Peekto with you. Then you can connect using the remote access directly to the Peekto, to your Peekto, work with it, do your search, annotate, do anything you have to do with your Peekto, but using the online connections with the web browser in this case. The second wave, you see.
Yes.
They're different level.
This is amazingly powerful because I can use it in so many ways. And as you said when we started out, all the AI analysis is done on the machine.
Yeah.
All local.
Exactly. Everything is local. And this is one of the main points here, you see. Everything is local, but we don't want to use an external cloud. We want to remain local. That's why when we use the sharing part, Peekto is a server. And this is a direct relation between the client and the server, that is Peekto in this case. We don't use external clouds. We don't want to be to put your content on a place where we don't know how the content is managed. You see, how it has been used for anything, for any reason.
Thanks. In today's world, that's very important. That's very important.
Yeah.
What kind of pricing do we have for this?
25. In fact, there is a price at $10 a month for a standalone application if you take the yearly plan. There is also a price for a standalone release. It does exist also. One-off price. And if you want the remote part, it's $25 if you take a yearly plan per month per user. Okay?
Okay. The website is?
Cyme.io. Cyme is CYME.io.
Thomas, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. A great product.
Thank you.
Great product. I've got to absorb it all. There's a lot there.
Thank you. Yes.
Folks, we'll have more from NAB Show in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.